Ladies and gentlemen, if we could ask that all non-spectators please take their seats, or all spectators, non-athletes, please take your seats. We're getting ready to start. Okay, everybody, we'd like to welcome you to the 2019 National Senior Games in Albuquerque. Woo! This is a record-setting games, and the reason why is around this room, so give yourselves a hand one more time. I'm Mark Ronchetti. I'm the Chief Meteorologist at KRQE News 13, and I will be your MC for tonight. Just to give you a quick idea of what we're going to do here, We're going to introduce everybody with the parade of athletes and the parade of flags. And then, of course, we'll have a few dignified guests who are going to talk briefly, and we'll get you guys out of here and get you back competing over the next couple weeks here in Albuquerque. And we are thrilled to have you here. So let's get this thing started. Here comes the parade of athletes and, of course, the flags as well. We start off with the great state of Alabama, Bo Carwile, and Rosalind Fabianchi are our flag bearers. Come on down, Alabama. Yes. Up next, the great state of Alaska. Diane Mowinkle and Philip Hine carrying the flag. Alaska. The great state of Arizona. Raimundo Tafoya Breyer and Dr. Lydia Woods carrying the flag for Arizona. Up next, the great state of Arkansas. Francis Barger and Daryl Dotson are the flag bearers for Arkansas. Up next, California. Grace Larson and Frank Masterson are your flag bearers. Yeah. Anybody have any questions on the size of California? Just look up into the rafters. There we go. Head on over this way, guys. Thank you. Up next, our neighboring state of Colorado. Sharon McDaniel and Richard Reeser are the flag bearers for Colorado. Up next, the state of Connecticut. Dan O'Donnell and Ted Parisi are the flag bearers. Up next, the state of Delaware. Flag bearers Susan Brooker and Bonnie Strang. Connecticut, look at you guys. Got your own sign for Connecticut. Woo! Up next, the great state of Florida. Kathy Bothwell and Margaret Johnson are the flag bearers. Look at Florida. Up next, our friends from the great state of Georgia. Don Tate and Maggie McCollum are your flag bearers. Up next, the state of Hawaii. Todd Richter and Mary Trotto are your flag bearers from Hawaii. Up next, the great state of Idaho. Jerry Hyatt and Gerald Adams are your flag bearers for Idaho. Up next, the great state of Illinois. Teresa Fix and Kathleen Eaton are your flag bearers. Great turnout from Illinois. Yes, yes. Up next, the great state of Indiana. Margot Baltera and Jim Shackelford the fourth are your flag bearers. Really? Up next, the great state of Iowa. Steve Stone and Ruth Hogan are your flag bearers. Up next, the state of Kansas. Eldonna Coates and Mike Coates are your flag bearers. Up next, the great state of Kentucky, with Meg Schonkweiler and Tim Jenkins as your flag bearers. Up next, the great state of Louisiana. Maddie Whitney and Neil Whitney are your flag bearers. It's no surprise they know how to dance in Louisiana. Up next, the great state of Maine. Lana Merchant and Michael Wardrop are your flag bearers. Look at Maine. Maine getting it done. Yeah! Up next, the state of Maryland. Ho-ho! Your flag bearers are Lillian Banks and Myron Siegel. Yes, Maryland, yes. Up next, the great state of Massachusetts. Karen Pennington and Mary Tom are your flag bearers. when we have them come down. We're going to continue with Maryland. Maryland, you guys took the whole state here. What's going on with that? All right. There's some pride coming from Maryland here. Okay, once again, for the second time, the state of Massachusetts, led by Karen Pennington and Mary Tom. And Maryland talking smack about getting gold medals. I like it. I like it. Up next, the great state of Michigan. Flag bearers are Sue Lyons and Joe Hill. Michigan, big turnout for Michigan this year. Heck yeah. Next up, the great state of Minnesota. Jim Engel and Dee Rojas are your flag bearers. Look at Minnesota. He's bringing the pickleball paddle. case the game breaks out right here. I like it. Yeah, you never know. You never know. We like it. Minnesota, very nice. Up next, the great state of Mississippi. Gene Bigelow and Stephen Pranger are your flag bearers. Up next, the great state of Missouri. Donna Hoofendeck and Donna Wobie are your flag bearers. Nice, Missouri. Well done, guys. Well done. Up next, one of our favorites, the great state of Montana. Bill Shower and Lisa Shower are your flag bearers from Montana. Up next, the state of Nebraska. Carolyn Foster and Nita Lechner are your flag bearers for Nebraska. Yes. Up next, the great state of Nevada. Bob Thompson and Nadine Robitor are your flag bearers. Nice, guys. Solid unis this year. Very strong. Up next, the great state of New Hampshire, with William Swift and David Wells as your flag bearers. Up next, the state of New Jersey, with Robert Maxton and Debbie Oliver as your flag bearers for New Jersey. Good turnout this year from New Jersey. Nice, New Jersey. Look at you guys. Who brought more people, New Jersey or New York? New Jersey's like, we did. next, the great state of New York. Flag bearers Dan Flynn and Joyce Flynn. New York, look at this. Next up, the great state of North Carolina. Whoa. Represented by Tina Boston and Rita Roy. Big time turnout by North Carolina. We expect nothing less. Up next, the great state of North Dakota. Led by Karen Backey and Bruce Thomas. Here they come. Up next, the state of Ohio. Flag bearers Joyce Mason and Carol Cross. Well done, Ohio. Big contingent from Ohio. Uh-oh. Somebody's breaking out the gun show. Look out. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Up next, one of our neighboring states of Oklahoma. Flag bearers are Amy Pack and Jerry Pack. Welcome, Oklahoma. Ohio's still getting it done. Oh, sorry. Okay, up next, the great state of Oregon. Represented by Diane Baumgartner and Laura Jackson. Welcome, Oregon. Up next, from the Northeast, Pennsylvania. Represented by Pam Shore and Charles Homantowski. Look at Indiana, PA representing. Look at you guys. Up next, the great state of Rhode Island. Represented by Ann McGowan and Mike Lyons as flag bearers. Up next, the great state of South Carolina. Flag bearers Jamie Cheek and Rick Haberlin. Up next, the great state of South Dakota. Mary Meyer Henry and Wade Dosh are your flag bearers. Nice turnout from the Dakotas and from South Carolina. Up next, the state of Tennessee. Flag bearers John Davidson and Hollis Kirtland. Nice, Tennessee. Up next, we may be here a while. We got a few athletes from Texas. Peter Snell and Janice Coleman are your flag bearers. Welcome, Texas. All right, Texas looking good. Texas, the strong t-shirt game. Very strong t-shirt game. Texas getting it done. Up next, our neighboring state of Utah. Welcome Janice Heller and Lynn Hall as your flag bearers, the great state of Utah. Up next, the Green Mountain state of Vermont. Woo! Flag bearers Elizabeth McCarthy and Tim Hogaboom. There they are. My home state. Who knew? Look at Vermont. Love it. Up next, the great state of Virginia. Regina Bowie and William Bowie are your flag bearers. Welcome, Virginia. Up next, Washington, D.C. Look at D.C. Looking good. I'm sorry, but the uni game on DC is good. You guys look great. Up next, Washington State. Ron Angeline and Fran Melzer are your flag bearers for Washington State. Up next, the great state of West Virginia. Judy Harpold and Lyndon Nicholas are your flag bearers for West Virginia. Up next, the state of Wisconsin. Represented by Sean Horner and Josette Coverwell. Very nice, Wisconsin. Up next, the great state of Wyoming. Represented with flag bearers Gay Woodhouse and Skip Arnold. Okay. Up next, the National Golden Age Games are here. Come on down. Angela Walker and Carl Jackson are joining us. Woo! Drink it in. I like it. All right, up next, Canada. Mario Laundreville and Oliver Millette are your flag bearers. Thanks to Canada. And we'd also like to welcome Mexico. Up next, Barbados. Look at the team from Barbados. Up next, Bolivia. Up next, Slovakia. Yes. And finally, Sweden. Up next, Trinidad and Tobago. Nice. All right. Okay, everybody. We have all but one state announced. We have one left. Led by the governor of the state of New Mexico, Michelle Lujan Grisham, and the CAO of the city of Albuquerque, Sarita Nair. These are your New Mexico athletes. Everybody! And these are your 2019 National Senior Games athletes. Let's hear it one more time. Amazing to have all the states here. We want to start tonight's program by welcoming up representatives of Kirtland Air Force Base for the presentation of colors.
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in the air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, pretty good stuff. We'd now like to welcome up for our invocation Chaplain Lieutenant Elliot Dix from the Kirtland Air Force Base.
Let us pray. Dear Father, we thank you for this special occasion to build lifelong memories on this day. As we celebrate the National Senior Olympics, we ask that you protect the participants from injuries and illness, equip them with the strength and the resolve to complete their task. We are grateful for this platform to acknowledge all the cherished competitors. We take notice of this rich tradition that is accompanied with the National Senior Olympic. Let this experience be rewarding, exciting, and inspiring. In your name we pray. Amen.
Before we continue with the program, we do want to recognize our veterans here tonight. So if any of you are veterans, do you mind standing so we can give you a round of applause, please? Thank you very much for your sacrifice. And now, of course, you should know the guys behind me, because we can't just keep doing this without introducing you guys. So these guys are Chill House featuring Hillary Smith. Let's hear them for a second, then we'll keep things going.
Welcome, everybody. How is everybody? Welcome to the beautiful state of New Mexico, but I'm going to tell you something. Our state has never looked more beautiful than it does tonight. Thank all of you for being here. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something with a bone in my love, yeah, lays heavy on my mind. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be alright, baby, don't you know? Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be, yeah, such a lovely day. lovely day. Ever since you walked my way, baby, such a lovely day. It's such a lovely day, 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 lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me, seems impossible to face, and someone else instead of me, oh yeah. Don't you know they always seem to know the way? Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be alright. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be oh, such a lovely day. Ever since you on my way, baby, such a lovely day, such a lovely day, 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 lovely day. When lovely day, 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 lovely day. It's such a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very nice. Chill House featuring Hillary's. Well, a lot of this would not be possible without organizers and getting all you guys together, and we want to welcome up Mark T. Riker. He's the CEO of the National Senior Games Association. Mark, come on up.
Well, welcome. I just need a minute here. I got to do a quick wardrobe change. Well, we have been waiting for this moment for more than 3 years to be here. It has been a long journey of many people involved in wanting these games here, and they're here, and they are fabulous games. The volunteers, the city support is phenomenal. Most important, though, is our athletes. Are there any athletes in the house? Is that it? I don't hear you. A little louder. What an exciting time. Just to give you a little bit of history, we named our villa Ernesto Ramos. And some of you may want to know why that is. Ernesto was a big force in senior age in the state of New Mexico. For over 45 years, he spent all this time dedicating volunteerism regarding seniors. He changed the landscape in the state of New Mexico. And in 1979, he decided it was time to start the New Mexico Senior Olympics. They started it with 155 athletes. And last year in 2018, they had over 3,000 athletes. So that is why he is named the godfather of the New Mexico Senior Olympics. So everybody knows Ernesto was part of the whole bid process to bring the games here. It was a dream of his to bring the games here, and it was very exciting that he was part of the time when we actually made the official announcement that Albuquerque was selected as the host city. That's part of our history for where we are today. But our history goes way back. It goes back to 1985, when there were two gentlemen, Ken Marshall and Harris Frank decided they thought was a crazy idea. Let's create a national championship event for seniors. And they spent 2 years putting that together and had the first National Senior Olympic Games in St. Louis in 1987. We are very fortunate tonight, and I'm very honored to present to you one of the co-founders of the Games, Harris Frank. Harris has been a true champion and visionary putting these games together. You know, the first games in 1987, it's been 32 years, and he is still asking me, he still calls me on a pretty regular basis wanting to know what I'm doing to make the movement still move forward. So I hope tonight, Harris, we've done a good job in the vision that you created 32 years ago. Thank you, my friend.
Ninety-four years old. And this is one of the signal occasions of life. Let me tell you why. As Mark said, in 1985, 7 really dedicated St. Louisans sat together as a group, wondered about starting National Senior Olympics. We knew about games all over the country, but we thought that they weren't getting enough publicity, that we needed to tell American people and the whole world that there was a lot more life in seniors than just collecting Social Security checks. So the 7 of us decided that we would start a senior games on a national basis, Washington University in St. Louis, in the year of 1987. We brought together a group of coordinators in 1985, told them what we wanted to do, and we got started. We had games every 2 years, started moving around the country. I have to tell you that we had our ups and downs. We had disagreements, board of directors. After all, we had coordinators who knew how to run games, and those of us who knew how to run businesses, and sometimes the oil doesn't mix with the water too well. But every time we would take a step back, we would get 3 steps ahead. We began growing, being recognized. And I don't know whether you all recognize or realize what these games are this year. Almost 14,000 competitors. If you think that's a lot, swallow this one. This is the largest qualifying athletic event in recorded history. Most of you are pretty familiar with cell phones and so forth. Go on Google, you'll see. Anyway, sadly, 6 of the 7 original founders now looking down at these games, and so I'm left with the privilege of thanking you all and thanking Humana. I think the games really took off when Humana came on the scene. They have been and let me tell you one more thing about Humana. I started using them 3 years ago. And I cannot believe that I didn't know about them and their service and their great skills long before. And any of you who have not had occasion or don't have insurance and are thinking about it, you're doing yourself a disfavor if you don't call on Humana. Anyway, thank you all for being here. And again, thank you for this opportunity to talk to you.
Harris Frank, everybody. Unbelievable story. Hillary, we ready? All right, we'll do one more with Hillary. In the chill house. Yes, absolutely. Come on. Are you kidding me? You can say whatever you want. Get up here.
No, my big disappointment is that I haven't yet. I heard there's a 103-year-old woman who won a gold medal, and I haven't met her yet. So, where is she? Oh! You know, if I didn't have a girl, I'd be going after you.
I think we can make a little bit more noise. This song is going out to all 14,000 athletes. When you wake up in the morning and you're trying to hit the track, you're trying to get to the pool, you're trying to get to the gym, you got to put one foot in front of the other and walk on. Here we go. Walk on, walk on, walk on. Walk on, walk on, walk on. You gotta walk on, yeah. You gotta keep on walking, Lord, till you find your way, yeah. The road gets mighty long, your shoes get mighty thin. Don't know where you're going, but you do know where you've been. Walk on, hey, walk on, walk on, yeah, walk on. You gotta keep on walking, Lordy, Lord, till you find your way. Somebody play the blues now. Go ahead, Brother Jim. I see so many people living in happiness. Maybe it's true, happiness is where it's best. Walk on, yeah, you gotta walk on. That's right now, you gotta keep on walking. Lord, you find your way. Y'all help me sing it now. After me, walk on, walk on, walk on. Walk on, yeah. You gotta walk on, yeah. Walk on, yeah. You gotta keep on walking, Lord, till you find your way, yeah, yeah. Woo.
Hillary Smith and Chill House, give them another round of applause. Dancers, a round of applause. It's now my great pleasure to welcome up Tatum Mack. She is the National Senior Games Association Board of Directors Chair.
Tonight I have a box to stand on and I can see over the podium, unlike the other night. Wow, this is amazing. You guys are terrific, fabulous, fantastic, spectacular. What other words can I say to describe all of you athletes? This is so much fun. I got to compete for the first time this year and I had a great time. The camaraderie that you guys display, and it's so fabulous to see people go, oh, there's Joe, and haven't seen you for 2 years, but you guys pick up like you've seen each other yesterday. I just want to change glasses real quick and read a few things. So I was helping with track the other day, and I want you to know that the NCAA Division I and Division II, a college athlete runs a 400 meter in 45.68 seconds to 54 seconds. Our senior athletes, I just took the age 50, sorry, ran the gold medal winner for age 50, ran it in 53:47. For the 800 meter dash, the college kids are running it in 1 minute 47 seconds to 1 minute 58 seconds. And our senior athlete ran the 800 in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. You guys are a force to be reckoned with. And there's so many talented people and talented athletes out there. It is a privilege to serve as your board of director, and I am thrilled to be here. Keep up the great athletic competition. Don't stop moving. You guys are the inspiration for the whole entire country, and you guys are talking the walk, or whatever it is, walking the talk. Anyway, thank you. You guys are spectacular. This is amazing.
To give you an idea how important this event is to the state of New Mexico, I know that on our CBS and Fox affiliates here, we've been talking about this day, these weeks, for 2 years now. And to show you how important this is to the state, that you guys enjoy this, and how proud we are to show off this state, we've got our governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham, here. We'd like to have her come up. We ask her to come to the station all the time, but showed up here.
Wow. This is incredible. I want to do a couple of shout outs. One, Hillary Smith, you can rock it anywhere, anytime. This band, this singer, this artist is incredible and is very reflective of the kind of talent we have right here in this beautiful state. Two, how lucky am I to get to know Hurricane Hawkins, as I understand, our 103-year-old gold medal winner, and after dancing with her a little, I can tell you right now, I don't want to run against her. Not politically or on the racetrack, either one. And I also want to add my thanks and gratitude to the veterans, the volunteers who are here today, who are making this happen, the family members who travel to support their athletes. Huge shout out to you. Without you, this doesn't happen. And in fact, I know in our state, and I'm sure in many others, there are multi-generational family members competing in these games. I know that's true for Alberta and Pauline Lente, right there from Isleta Pueblo. I don't want to have to race you either, Alberta. And then the last thing I want everyone to know before I officially re-welcome you is that I was lucky enough to start my public service career in aging nearly 30 years ago in 1991. And at the time, our Senior Olympics, and Cece Acosta has been working in Senior Olympics the entire time. I knew her in 1991, and she's still going strong in the building named after another icon in New Mexico, Ernesto Ramos. I will tell you, he was a force to be reckoned with. And those of you who worked with me and Ernesto know what I'm talking about. But here's what I want our visitors to know. New Mexico, for a long time, small, poor state with a very large per capita number of senior citizens and retirees, actually struggled in any number of programs, services, including Senior Olympics. And we overcame that and led the country in investments for senior programs and senior services. Now, right on, but before you clap, give me one more second. Are you ready, New Mexicans? Because there's 1,500 athletes here today. We have lost our standing. Not you guys are in third place, I have no doubt. Watch out, California. Watch out, Florida. Healthy competition, but watch us. We're not done yet. But here's what I want you to know tonight. That the value of this effort, the value mark of these games, Frank, thank you for your vision and your leadership. New Mexico needs to lead again. And this next year, I've been governor for 6 months. This next year, senior program investments, including Senior Olympics, are going to get multi-million-dollar investments and a brand new boost. And I'm going to need every single one of you to help me get that effort over the finish line come this January. So one last time, are you with me? And I hope that we create the kind of competition around the country where we restore the kind of faith and inspiration that every single person here today competing has given me. That this is a population that gives back every single day, that is teaching young people and our families the kind of commitment and athletic dedication that can make a difference in your attitude, your health, and your opportunities. And how proud am I now to welcome each and every one of you, both to Albuquerque, and I want to shout out, you're going to hear from an incredible woman representing Mayor Tim Keller. We are making things happen in this incredible community. Welcome to Albuquerque, welcome to New Mexico, and please keep coming back. Thank you all so very much.
Okay, by the way, if the governor's going to hand out a few mil every time we ever show up, we're going to have this here next year. Oh, sorry. That's not my place. I'm sorry about that. Appreciate it, Governor. Appreciate your time very much. All right, we would now want to welcome up the Chief Administrative Officer for the City of Albuquerque, Sarita Nair.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Albuquerque. This is a beautiful sight to see. You know, I moved here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Is Pennsylvania in the house here? Nice. I moved here from Pittsburgh in 1998, and this is my home now. And in 2010, when my parents retired, they moved out here to Albuquerque as well. Now our whole family lives here, and we hope that after seeing our beautiful sunsets and eating our delicious food and seeing how warm and friendly the people of New Mexico are, that many of you might take that decision to come live in Albuquerque when you're ready to make your next move. So thank you for coming out here today. We are so grateful to have had the opportunity to host the games, and we are so thankful to the National Senior Games Committee for making this happen. But what I really need to do is thank some of the amazing people who work for us in the city of Albuquerque on behalf of Mayor Tim Keller and myself. Ana Sanchez runs our senior department. Yes, if you could all stand up as I say your name. Ana Sanchez, Anthony Romero, all of the senior affairs department, Hazel Leach, John Fitzpatrick, Lawrence Royale, Kelly Mays, Alicia Manzano, Leon Espinosa, Gladys Santana, Matt Whalen, Roger Ebner, Annette Paez, Brian Osterloh, Pat Montoya, Dave Simon, Secretary of Aging Alice Lou McCoy, somewhere around here. She's been amazing to work with, as has Secretary of Tourism Jen Paul Schroer, and also the officers of Albuquerque Police Department and the Albuquerque Fire and Rescue. It took so many people to put this together, and I hope that you've been able to enjoy our city because of their efforts. Thank you all so much. I had the honor of medaling athletes today at track and fields, and I just continue to hear a consistent sentiment among all of these athletes, which is that they just want all of us to keep moving. And it's so inspiring for us to see how you've continued to be active and healthy throughout your lives. It's a role model for many of us, and it's been an honor to enjoy these real senior moments with you. And we also want to thank Mark for the great weather. We had some clouds, we had some sun. Great job, Mark. Thank you all for being here, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Albuquerque. Thank you.
All right, we're going to welcome up Hillary Smith and Chill House one more time, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Hillary?
Thank you one more time for inviting us to be here today. What an inspiring day. Thank you. Mother, there's too many of you crying. Oh, brother, my brother, there's far too many of you dying. Oh, you know we gotta find ourselves a way to bring a little loving back here today. Father, 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 there is no need to escalate now. War is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate, yeah. You know we've got to find ourselves a way to bring some loving back here today. With picket lines and picket signs. Don't you punish me with brutality. Come on, come on. I said, would you talk to me? You will see, yeah, what's going on. What's going on? Hey, yeah, what's going on? Oh, yeah. I wanna know, yeah. Mother, oh my mother, everybody's telling us we're wrong. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Simply because our hair is long, yeah. Oh, you know, we gotta find ourselves a way to bring a little loving back here today. With picket lines and picket signs. Don't you punish me with brutality. Come on, would you talk to me? You see what's going on. What's going on? Hey, yeah. What's going on? I wanna know, yeah. going on? Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Excellent work. One more hand for Hillary Smith and Chill House. Unbelievable. We'd like to now welcome up Dan Tufto. He's the West Region Medicare Senior Vice President for Humana.
Wow, so many inspirational stories here tonight. Harris, I could have had you come up here and do the speech for Humana. It was so good earlier. Governor, I agree with your remarks. I didn't want to race Hurricane Hawkins up here to the stage tonight because I know she'd beat me, but let's have another round of applause for all the great inspirational stories that are here, all the athletes, because that's what it's about tonight. So good evening to the athletes, their families, their friends, and the spectators that are here in attendance. What an incredible several days that we've had here in our host city of Albuquerque in the great state of New Mexico for putting on this event for us. On behalf of Humana, I'm thrilled to join you this evening, and it's been our privilege to partner with the National Senior Games and sponsor these spectacular games that we're celebrating over these multiple days. As a leading health and well-being company, Humana's mission is to be focused on lifelong well-being, and these games are a great representative of that. We do this by partnering with like-minded, health-conscious, health-inspired people and organizations that share similar values with us and want to make a real difference in the health of our communities. That's why we've partnered with the National Senior Games Association to be part of this life-changing event. And we've done that every year since 2007, and it's just such a great fit for our organization. Together, Humana and the National Senior Games Association, we continue to celebrate the active aging at everyone's stage of their individual health journey. Tonight's event is very meaningful and a long-standing tradition for us at Humana, and we're honored to celebrate this milestone with the 14,000 plus athletes and participants in this event. Every year, we continue to be inspired by you. You epitomize everything that the National Senior Games is about. It's about determination. It's about breaking boundaries and limitations. It's about health. It's about spirit. It's about competitiveness. And of course, you can't do that without having a little bit of fun. This year, Humana honored 11 senior athletes as what we called Humana Games Changers. The Humana Game Changers program recognizes national senior game athletes who exemplify active aging and provide encouragement, motivation, and inspiration for people of all ages to pursue whole person health. Not just your physical health, but leaning into the mental and emotional well-being components as well. Thank you for serving as great, wonderful examples to all of us, young and not so young, by demonstrating the importance of active aging. On behalf of Humana, congratulations. Thank you for letting us be a small token and play a role in this event. And best of luck to all of the athletes that have been participating in the 2019 Senior Games. Thank you.
Dan, thanks very much. We'd like to ask you to direct your attention to the monitor at the top of the stadium here as we would like to introduce Catherine Switzer.
She ran when they told her it was impossible. She ran for equality.
She ran for change.
She ran with a purpose.
I run because she showed us we could. I didn't feel what I was doing at Boston was any breakthrough.
That day produced, I think, one of the great moments in sports ever. It was the birth of Catherine Switzer as a symbol of women in sports.
I'm there actually to be with you, to help tell the stories along with Humana, to get those stories out around the world and around the country to inspire other people. I want to get to know you better, and the best way is for us to run together, to work together, to try together. So I'm just going to say one thing as I close, and that is, I'm putting it out there, boss. I'll see you in Albuquerque in 2 years. Going to take to qualify. I might have to go from state to state to find a slot, but I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be running with you out there, and I salute you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome up Catherine Switzer.
Let me remind you that people still talk about us seniors the way they talked about us women 50 years ago. Oh, you're too weak. You're too fragile. You should sit down. You can't do it. You look silly participating in sports. Right. Okay? You are blasting those myths out of the water just as surely as we women runners did. Now let's go. Let's go. You are the ones that are proving that good health, longevity, socialization, and optimism are part and parcel of being active. They happen when you are active. It's what Humana calls whole person health. The sense of self-esteem and empowerment that you all have can change the world. Now I'd like to tell you a story. I'd like to tell you a story that happened after I met you all in Birmingham. I decided to run the New York City Marathon again. It was a real honor for me 43 years after I had won the event. I had never actually run through the streets of New York City, so it was really very exciting for me. When I won the New York City Marathon, it was in the confines of Central Park. After that, I got into television broadcasting. So I'd gone through the streets for 28 years on the back of a motorcycle doing television commentary, but I'd never run in my own hometown. This time, I was going to do it. 5 days before the New York City Marathon, a terrorist drove into cyclists and runners on the West Side Highway and killed a lot of people. It was a horrible thing. My phone rang off the hook with people telling me, you can't run the New York City Marathon. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. Oh, you're going to get hurt. And I said, I want to tell you something. I'm going to be out there with 50,000 people on Sunday, and I would trust every one of them with my life. The person on my left is a man from a country I don't know, a color who's different from mine. He doesn't speak English. The woman on my right, I can't distinguish her gender, doesn't matter. You know, she doesn't speak English either. But we're going to go through these 26 miles together, and at the end, we're going to hug each other, all stinking and sweaty, and motivate each other. I would trust them with my life. You are 14,000 people, and I would trust you with my life. We do not care about our gender, about our looks, about our color, about our nationality, about our language, about our income, about our size, about our ability, about our age. We care that you're here. We're caring that you're here. And in this world right now, which is a little screwy, really it is right now, right? With intrigue in politics, with Me Tooism, and with xenophobia of us all being fearful of strangers. You know, we together shine as a beacon of inclusion, of diversity, of equality, and of respect. The world needs us badly, and let's show the world how to do it. We are showing the world how to do it. The world needs us, and we can make it happen. Let's make it happen starting now, and I'll see you in Fort Lauderdale, and we'll really make it happen. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Catherine. Okay, guys, it is time for the Oath of Athletes. Bring it on up here. Dennis Diaz is going to lead us in this, I do believe. Am I right on this? You guys, everybody's looking at me like, oh my gosh, where's Dennis? Where did he go? And here he is.
So I need you all to get out your blue program. I want to see that you have this. It's on the back of your program. If you don't have one, sit next to somebody that's got one so that you can read this athlete's oath with me. I'm actually going to do something I'm not accustomed to doing. See, I'm a preacher, and I'm going to keep it short. So if I could have all of our senior athletes, if you'd please stand with me. And let's recite the athlete oath together. Are you ready? In the spirit of the Olympic ideal, I pledge to abide by the rules of these games, to respect the officials that apply them, to be humble in victory and gracious in defeat. I am proud to be a senior Olympian. Let's say that last line over again with some energy. Are you ready? I am proud to be a senior Olympian. God bless you. You may be seated.
Okay, as many of you know, we've mentioned a few times, in 2021, this event will be in Fort Lauderdale, and we wanted to welcome up Carol Hudson to talk about that from the Fort Lauderdale CVB.
everyone. Thank you all for here. The athletes that are sitting around here, we cannot wait to have you. And again, we challenge you to bring a friend. I know humanity does. Last I heard was 20,000 athletes. So I'm going to say 2021 for 2021. I'll be very happy with that. But again, Albuquerque, the state of New Mexico, you guys have just really set the bar so high. Thank you. We can only hope that that we can be at least at the numbers that you are, have the representation that you guys have shown. The Florida athletes, I know you're out there. I see the banner. I think we can hear you a little louder. Florida. Woohoo! All right. All right. So again, we have Marvin Green sitting here in the stands, and he is the meet director for our Florida State Games. And again, we are going to be hosting those in 2019 and 2020. They're going to practice. So when you get here, they'll know the venues. They'll be able to show you around. Again, we're so thrilled. Visit Albuquerque. I know I'm going to be calling you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. National Senior Games, Mark, Kate, and Mr. Harris Frank. You're very, very inspiring. I cannot even tell you the emotions when I sit in the crowd and see the athletes march in. So I'm just very honored. And again, Humana, these games are presented by Humana. Definitely are looking forward to partnering with them. They also represent Florida Senior Games, so thank you very much for that. Now I'm going to introduce, unfortunately, he couldn't be here in person. However, we have a video of the mayor of Broward County, Mr. Mark Bogan. And before you leave, another word that I heard from the governor was keep on moving, keep on grooving. So we want to show you what Florida is going to do. We're going to keep you moving and grooving with the Copa Reefer Band. So please stay, listen to them, and get a feel of what you're going to hear and see in Fort Lauderdale. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Broward County Mayor Mark Bogan. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you in New Mexico today, but I'm certainly there in spirit, and we are very excited to host the National Senior Games here in Broward County in 2021. We are already gearing up to welcome the 10,000 plus qualified athletes who will be here to compete, and it's a great show of support for more than the 600 Florida athletes participating in this year's game. Good luck, Florida. We are also ready for the estimated 15,000 visitors who will be in town for this athletic competition. Broward County, Florida is one of the top tourist destinations in the world, with a variety of hotels to choose from, plenty of dining experiences, miles of pristine beaches, and a variety of entertainment options, cultural attractions, and sporting events. As mayor of Broward County, it is my promise that we will show you our personal best as we host this event like no other previously seen in the 32-year history of the National Senior Games. Broward County is a diverse, friendly, and welcoming community, and we are proud that we were chosen to host the 2021 National Senior Games. We are looking forward to all of the sports activity that will be taking place at multiple venues around our county. I want to give a special thanks to Humana for sponsoring this countywide athletic event that showcases the strength, determination, and achievements of senior athletes from across the United States. The very best of luck to all of the competing senior athletes this year. We're looking forward to having you here in Broward County, Florida in 2021, and we are committed to making sure your experience here will be one to remember forever.
sponge cake, watching the sun bake. All of those tourists covered with oil, strumming my sixth string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil. Help me out now. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, and I know nobody's fault. Don't know the reason, stay there all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. But it's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How it got here, I haven't a clue. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, and I think, well, it could be my fault. Blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. But there's booze in the blender, and soon it will render like frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Wasted away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, and I know it's my own dang fault. I said, some people claim that there's a woman to blame, and I know it's my own dang fault.
Guys, just one thing. We have the passing of the torch. We're going to do one more song, and then we got the passing of the torch. We'd like you to hang around for that for just a few minutes. Then we'll be done.
Boat drink, boys in the band ordered boat drink. Visitor scored on the home ring. Everything seems to be wrong. Lately, newspaper men seem to be red. I got a fly to stay somewhere. I'm close to bodily harm. 20 degrees and the hockey game's on. Nobody cares, they're away to the far gone, screaming boat drink. Something to keep them all warm. shot 6 holes in my freezer. I think I got cabin fever. Somebody sound the alarm. I'd like to go where the pace of flies slow. Can you beat me somewhere, Mr. Scott? Any old place here on Earth or in space. You pick the century and I'll pick the spot. Oh, I know I should be leaving this climate. I've got a verse that can rhyme it. I gotta go where it's warm. Boat drink. Waitress, I need 2 more boat drinks. Then I'm heading south for my drink drink. I gotta go where it's warm. I gotta go where it's warm. I gotta go where it's warm. I gotta go where there ain't any snow, where there ain't any blow. Cause my fencing's so low. I gotta go where it's warm. Tried to amend my carnivorous habit. Made it nearly 70 days. Losing weight without seeing sunshine seas. Opening up the room, I'm smoking the trees. But at night, I had these wonderful dreams. Under this sensuous tree. Just a big brown bun and a hunk of meat. Cheeseburger in paradise. Heaven on earth with an onion slice. Not too particular, not too precise. I'm just a cheeseburger in paradise. Heard about the lame old sailor man. They ate the same thing again and again. Warm beer and bread, they say, would raise up the dead. Well, it reminds me of the place we were at a Holiday Inn. Yeah, it changed and took these days. Sometimes I'm just through his tree. Just a bananas or bananas or daiquiris. But that American creation on which I feed. Cheeseburgers in paradise. Medium rare with mustard be nice. Heaven on earth with an onion slice. I'm just a cheeseburger in paradise. I like mine with lettuce and tomatoes. Heinz 57 and French fried potatoes. Big kosher pickle and a cold draft beer. Good God, you mighty, what I'd wait till last year to get a cheeseburger in paradise. Making the best of every virtue and vice. Worth every damn bit of sacrifice to get a cheeseburger in paradise. To get a cheeseburger in paradise. I need a cheeseburger in paradise. Thank you, Albuquerque.
Very nice. Okay, guys, it's time to hand over the flag. So let's bring up Anna Sanchez, the Director of Senior Affairs, to hand off the flag to Carol Hudson. Here we go. Okay. And the flag. Are you ready for the flag? Okay, she's ready. We got it. All right, we'd like to. Sarita and I are here. She's here, right? Okay, sorry, I can't see her behind the light. CAO Sarita Nair is here, of course, and we're going to have her come up for the ceremonial passing of the torch to Fort Lauderdale's Ronnie Lakotas, who is with the Broward Heat basketball team. Is that right? Lakotos. There we go. The Broward Heat. Yes. Yes. Oh, you guys got good gear, too. And when you got the heat in town, yeah. Here we go. You ready for this? Okay, here we go. There it is. Come on up. Thank you.
Can I really carry that and run at the same time?
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, if you can do it, I can do it.
Very nice. There it is. Okay, guys, thank you. We've got Chill House with Hillary Smith here for another couple songs. If you want to hang out and dance, let's do this. Have a great stay in Albuquerque.
We hope everybody had a beautiful day. Continued good luck to everybody throughout the weekend. Glad you made it. Here we go. I got a house full of trouble, heart full of sin, yeah. Things are bad as they ever been. That's right, yeah. Trouble with money. I'd have more money than any man could, don't you know? Yeah. Hoping for business in your neighborhood. Losing my business, baby. Hey, and it's good. I said it. I had $1. Every broken heart. Drinking fine wine. Eating caviar. It's trouble for money. I'd have more money than any man could. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hoping for business in your neighborhood. Losing my business, baby, yeah, and it's good. I said losing my business, business is good. Losing my business, business is good.
Peace and love,